In July 2025, SSC aspirants across India arrived at their centers, only to find chaos. Some had traveled 400 kilometers, but the servers were down. Others found their centers randomly changed at the last minute. Some weren't even allowed in. Many sat in exam hall for hours only to be told, exam cancelled, go home. Just months earlier, the NEET exam triggered a nationwide outrage. Students with the same marks and ranks flooded the result list. Rumors of paper leaks surfaced. Grace marks were handed out, then taken back. Thousands protested asking, we studied for years. But what are we competing against? Hard work or hacking? And in 2023, CUET Day 1 became a disaster. Exam screen froze, answers disappeared mid-paper, students raised their hands, but no one came. They were promised a retest, many never got one. These weren't isolated glitches, they were system-wide failures across different exams in different years affecting lakhs. Every year, over 13,000 students take their own life. And most of these strategies are tied to exam pressure, like the quota teen who topped every mock test but froze on the real day. This is why we need systems that help students choose the right exam for their strengths and train for pressure like the real day. We have built billion-dollar EdTech companies to teach the syllabus, but we never built a system to test reliability. We don't just need technology that checks for systematic crashes. We need technology that helps students choose the right exam based on their strengths, handle pressure like the real exam day, and most importantly, protect them from system failures. That's why India doesn't need EdTech. It needs exam tech. And in this episode, we'll break down the why, the how, and the what of exam tech. What if the dreams you're chasing were shaped by someone else's syllabus? You followed toppers and trends, not your own strengths. Because no one built a system to help you find the right exam. And that's the problem. We trust what's been praised, not what fits. Because when the world claps for a path, it feels like proof, even if it's wrong for us. So we spend years preparing for an exam that looks right, instead of a one that feels right. You don't need more coaching videos or PDFs. You need something that helps you choose the exam that actually fits before it's too late. Because the real win isn't just clearing an exam, it's finding the one that was meant for you. And that's exactly what exam tech here is to fix. You've studied every chapter, solved hundreds of mocks. But before a real exam, why does it feel like standing before the final over of a cricket match with no practice for the pressure? And that's the problem. Our system teaches you how to play the game, but never prepares you for the moment it actually counts. So when the pressure hits, you're on your own. Because in exams, you don't get endless chances. One bad attempt can cost you a year or a dream. But what if you could finally take control of it before it's too late? That's where the real shift begins. One that just doesn't teach the syllabus, but prepares you. You thought you were careful, smart enough to never fall for a scam. But just like a scam, the exam syllabus earns your trust and then uses it against you. You do everything right until a server crash, a frozen screen, a mistimed submission wipes it all out. And suddenly, you're not questioning the system. You're questioning yourself. Was I not ready? Was I not good enough? But the truth is, you did underperform. The system underdelivered. Because once it earns your trust, it stops proving it deserves it. That's why we don't just need tools that test us. We need systems that prove they are ready to. And if that's what we need, then maybe is the time we ask, what should the systems actually look like? What if the exams you're chasing was never meant for you? But when everyone clapped for it, it felt like the only path. You didn't pick it because it fits. You picked it because it was praised. Exam tech changes that by helping you find the exam that's actually built for you. Too many of us mistake the crowd's applause for clarity. We assume it must be right because it's loud, not because it fits. But the truth is, what's right for most might be completely wrong for you. We all have that one IIT or UPSC cousin who unknowingly set the standards for success in the whole family. But what no one asked is, does that path even fit everyone else? Because chasing the wrong exam doesn't just waste time, it quietly closes every door that was meant for you. You can measure how many mocks you've taken. You can track how many answers you got right. But how do you measure if you're mentally ready for the real thing? That's exactly what exam tech is built to solve. You can track marks and ranks, but not pressure. It hits when you're alone with a ticking clock. That's why, even after all the preparation, control still feels out of reach. You know that friend studies hard, knows everything, but blanks out the moment the exam begins. And with every attempt, their confidence breaks a little more. What if we could stop that? With a readiness check that tracks mocks, limits, even burnout. So they walk in with clarity, not guesswork. Why do we trust systems even when they keep failing us? Why does our brain choose to believe we are ready just because we've studied? There's a reason we stop questioning, and it might explain why so many students get blindsided on the exam day. Because the moment something feels similar or safe, your brain stops questioning, even if the system isn't ready. You remember that friend who studied day and night, only to have the screen freeze 10 minutes before submission? Not because they weren't ready, but because the system wasn't. No one warned us that finishing an exam wasn't just about answers. It was about knowing the system, the steps, the stress, the stakes. And if systems can test students, then students should be able to test the system. Maybe it's time we built one that earns our trust. What if the exam system wasn't something you had to blindly trust, but something built to protect you? Because just following the crowd doesn't mean you're safe. That's where exam tech flips the script. Know what fits you before you commit. An AI-driven career exam fit engine scans your full reality. Your academic background, your brain wiring, your real goals. Then it gives you a list, not just any list. Exams you're eligible for, roles you're built for, paths that won't waste years. Real-time notification syncs and cross-exam discovery means. If you're eligible, you will know. If the syllabus overlaps, it will tell you. If a smaller exam leads to the same outcome, it will flag it. Mid-preparation diagnostic tracks burnouts, flag blind spots and ask, is it still worth it? If not, it helps you pivot with reuse, not regret. Because real preparation isn't just about clearing cutoffs. It's about protecting your time, your energy, and everything that comes after. You can measure techniques with marks, drills, and ranks, but pressure is invisible, unpredictable, and ignored. That's where exam tech flips the script. Before you apply, it runs a full readiness check. Mock trend analysis. Your percentile hasn't improved in 6 weeks. Want accuracy? Stuck at 50%. Danger zone. Burnout detections. Preparation times rising, scores falling. You're burning out. And the boldest questions coaching centers never ask. Should you even give this attempt? Or wait till you're truly ready? Because true readiness isn't just about effort. It's about knowing you won't waste your one real shot. Your brain doesn't fail you. Your energy does. And that's why exam tech should be built to protect it, not drain it. Because your body doesn't turn every bite into fuel. So if the system wastes your energy, there's no backup coming. And that's what exam tech should actually do for you. Turn every mock into a full system rehearsal, not just a test memory. Let you practice with real interface, timers, and login. So nothing feels new on exam day. Simulate glitches and guide you through recovery. So no crash ever catches you off guard. Lock each section with real-time rules. So you're not surprised by timeouts. Track your stress signals and help you build calm under pressure. Flag risky patterns like skipped questions or panic submissions and guide you on how to fix them. Network, devices, and browser stress test all pre-checked so your system doesn't fail you. Most importantly, the system should adapt to you, not just score you. Because your first real exam should be the first time you face the system. That's what trust in tech should look like. You were taught the syllabus, but never taught to question the system. You trusted the exam process, but it never proved it deserved that trust. One crash, one wrong form, one bad attempt, and suddenly it's not your preparation that failed, it's the system. Exam tech isn't just a tool, it's protection, it's clarity. It's your right to ask, is the system even meant for me? Because the real mistake is thinking preparation alone is enough. At NoNoise, we don't just chase noise, we break it. Subscribe the channel if you've understood what really matters.